Good evening. Happy midnight. It's Freddie Vasquez here. Basement Politics, the Weekend Review, Midnight Madness Edition. Are you ready?
Come on, give it to us straight.
That's what I will do.
Let's get it popping.
I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered, the Weekend Review, Midnight Madness version. Let's talk about what's going on here in the city of Yonkers for the week of Feb 28th to the 5th. Is that right?
Ready.
Letting Helen off easy.
Are we doing interviews right now?
Yes, I sent that text message yesterday if you had any questions for the candidates.
Yes, but I thought it was going to be like after we went through the agenda, we would then do interviews. But I'm okay. I don't have any questions. I know she's great.
Hello. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Weekend Review. Happy Friday, or it's Saturday now. Midnight Madness. And I wanted to come on because I must do a show. Friday Weekend Review, even if it is late and people will watch tomorrow. But I hope you up with me. If you are, join me. Hello, this is Basement Politics. Freddie Vasquez here with the Weekend Review, TGIF. Happy Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed your Friday at work. And you're going to go into a great weekend, although many people work on the weekend. I'm just so used to, having that schedule, Monday through Friday, and off on the weekend. But for those who have to get up and work tomorrow and maybe are early asleep, hopefully you'll watch the podcast tomorrow and comment. I look forward to them. Anyway, I wanted to go over a few things, really quick, the Weekend Review. I wanted to start off by discussing what happened yesterday. It was a shooting on Riverdale Avenue. Another shooting in the city of Yonkers. This time, a 29-year-old male was found dead. Police believe he was the target of the shooting. And so there you have it, another person killed here in the city of Yonkers. Will it ever end? It seems like we can't go at least 2 weeks without a shooting of some sort. And I want to send my condolences to the family of the young man who was killed on Riverdale Avenue. I'm familiar with some of his family members, and so I want to say my condolences. Very sad. It's extremely sad. What are we doing? I don't know. But I did see some pictures up with Tim Hodges having dinner with Nick Spano and Mayor Mike Spano. Does that mean that possibly we might be seeing a new commissioner? Police commissioner, that is? Maybe. Is that what we need here in the city of Yonkers in order to improve the crime rate here? Because it's increasing. It's increasing, and it's getting dangerous now. And it seems like we have a shooting every other week. Hopefully that might be the case. I saw those pictures up. I shared them. Well, I didn't share them. Actually, I just saw them. And I hope that maybe that's what the conversations were about. Right? Possibly. I think Tim Hodges would be a great police commissioner. I don't even know if he wants it or not. I just say that. Seems like he would really want to actually see some things happening here. Maybe go out in the community. Seems like that type of individual that would actually get to know people. So that would be an interesting thing to see. Something has to be done because it's just bad out there. It's bad. I mean, I don't remember it being this bad in a very long time where I heard of this many shootings so close together. I want to move on to politics, if that wasn't politics. I want to talk about Nader Sage, who recently announced his reelection. He will he will kick off his campaign fundraising on March 19th, I believe, over at the Roosevelt Ballroom on Hudson Street, there, 2 Hudson Street, I believe it is. So if you're interested in supporting Nader Sage, make sure you attend. Check out his page for the information, time. If you want to sponsor, contribute, he has the amounts there. If you want to be a chair, co-sponsor, or sponsor, or if you are a friend or district leader, yeah, he's looking for the support. He kicks off his campaign. And I've been hearing about the announcement from Mike Breen, who will be challenging Nader Sage if Mr. Sage gets through the June 28th primaries. They're around the corner, folks. So they're kicking off their campaigns. A lot of guys are starting to raise money, and gals starting to raise money. And we'll see what happens. Should be interesting. But I did speak about it on the last podcast, so check that out. It's titled Nader versus Breen. But I did see an article in the Yonkers Tribune. I just wanted to talk about that recently. Assemblyman came out yesterday. Assemblyman Nader Sage joined Senator Elijah Reichlin Melnick in the quest to stop Russian aggression. Oh, shoot. Nader Sage. He is joining Senator Reichlin Melnick in the quest to stop Russian aggression. Now, if you can do that, Nader, then you can do anything. You should be able to fix up the streets here in Yonkers. You should be able to clean up Getty Square. But I like to see that first, because it doesn't seem as complex as stopping the Russian aggression, especially as an assemblyman for the state of New York with offices in Getty Square. I don't know. I'm going to stay tuned to that, see what happens. But I just thought that was very interesting that Mr. Sage would be involved in stopping Russian aggression. Hey, but anything's possible. The president of Ukraine, only 2 years ago, was a comedian. Hey, you never know. You never know. You never know. Moving on, because I'm going to keep it short. I came on late today because it's Friday, March 4th, or was. And March 4th is my wife and I anniversary. That's right. That's the day that I said, hey, will you be my girlfriend? You know, I kind of like you, you know. Actually, I told her I loved her. And she said, I can't say it back right now. Yeah, that's what she said to me. But she eventually did. I hope she means it. I think she has. It's been 24 years. March 4th, 1998. So we had gone out tonight. So that's why I'm coming on late. And I still wanted to do it. But I got to take my girl out first. You know, she's number one. She's important. But anyway, moving on. I wanted to discuss the city council meeting. There were 2 on Tuesday. I did mention the first one. But I also wanted to talk about, thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate that. 24 years. We were 16 years old. Yeah, very young. But I want to talk about the city council meeting, the second one that happened on Tuesday. I didn't mention that one, but it's important as well because a lot of things happened there. There were several things that were items on the agenda. And the first one was the appointment, or I guess the the promotion of Ellen Agri first deputy corporation counsel. Right. It would be an internal promotion. I guess she's already working for the city in some capacity or with their council. And she was fully recommended by Yonkers City Council, Matt Gallagher. Right. He definitely highly recommended her. My issue with that is that none of the council members had any questions. I guess they're familiar with her. I guess she's worked for the city. Okay, no problem, I guess. Item number 2 was the promotion of Dusan Lockett to second deputy corporate counsel. Again, Mr. Matt Gallagher, who is the city council for Yonkers, the corporate counsel, loves him. That's what he says. Says he's a top-notch attorney and he could not do his job without them. When he says them, he means Ellen and Dusan. Well, I know many attorneys that kind of work alone. I mean, how much work are you guys doing? I would love to know what's going on there. What are you guys actually actively working on? Because it seems like the city of Yonkers also hires outside counsel, right? So that's just more taxpayer money. It's a lot of counsel, a lot of attorneys for the city of Yonkers, and maybe there's a reason why, you know? Anyway, so, but I thought it was a joke. I thought this, look, I'm not trying to be offensive. Like, I'm not. And if you guys happen to watch it, I'm not trying to offend you guys. I'm not. But I mean, to me, it's an insult. It's an insult to me when you guys, kind of laugh at questions or ask silly questions. Like, Like, this isn't like high school. This isn't, student council. Okay. This is Yonkers City Council, right? The third largest city in the state of New York, not the state of Wyoming, right? The state of New York. Okay. And you guys are acting like student council, student body council, joking around. No one had any questions for Elaine or Ellen, I should say. And I think they should. You owe the people that. The people that vote you in would like, they probably have, I had questions. So ask questions, whether you know them or not, still ask questions because we don't know them. Okay. We like to know why they deserve that promotion and more of our money, the taxpayer. When I say our taxpayer money, right? So please take it seriously. No questions for this woman at all. And then when it came to Dusan Lockett, Corazon was the only one that had a question. And her silly little behind, she decided to ask. She says, share with the council a Yonkers City charter that passed in 1908. That was her question before she giggles, right? And does this, come on, she says, does this other thing, tell us whatever. And it was just silly. It was just very silly.
To us straight. Come on, give it to us straight. Come on, give it to us straight. Come on, give it to us straight.
That's what she says. Come on, give it to us straight. And he responds by saying, I'll have to get back to you, right? Because I don't know. And then she laughs and says, oh, no, you got my, vote. I'm just, like, really? Really? Like, this is the time to joke and, have comedy hour here? And you're not very funny, right? It's like your ability as a council person and as a comedian are equal. And it's not good. It's not good at all. Okay. It's not funny. It's not fun and games. Right. I'm watching the city council meeting. I'm hoping to be informed. And you're asking silly, stupid questions. Are you not capable of generating a question? Right. That can you articulate one without it being written for you? I'm just asking because I will gladly write you questions. Just call me before every single meeting. Okay. I will take the time. We need to give the people respect. You're disrespecting the people by doing that. Okay. And maybe I'm just crazy because, right. I'm crazy, right? That's just me. But I think that's disrespectful, right? I think it's a joke and it makes a mockery of our political, system here, our governmental body here in the city of Yonkers. And it just shows a lack of effort, right? It shows a lack of, you really care. You're really informed about what's going on. You're just like, oh, yeah, that's the guy or the woman they bring before us. Okay. All right. Because if they're even sitting there to begin with, that's pretty much who they want, right? That's just what I say. Shanae wasn't even prepared because she stops and says, oh, we're asking questions? I didn't even know we were asking. And the city council president says, yes, I texted you guys this yesterday and told you we would be interviewing these people. And she wasn't prepared at all. Not one question from Shanae. She said, oh, well, I know them both. I like them. Hey, yeah. What a joke, man. And I'm not even trying to be mean, but I mean, give me something here, guys, to work with. I need my brain to actually be stimulated here. Really? I do. I'm sorry. It's like they just want to go through the motions. It's just like, we got to do this. We already know that's who it is. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to bother to muster up a question because it's just going through the motions, right? We don't have no real say anyway. We're just doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be sitting here, right? But I mean, why even go through the motions, right? Why even do it? Don't even do it. Don't even come on live. Don't do your meeting. Don't even. What's the point? What's the point? We didn't get nothing out of that. Are you just trying to show us that you're doing something? Is that what it is? Let's show the city of Yonkers that we're actually doing something, right? And you're all doing it from home. So, and you've been doing a lot of meetings from home. So why do you guys need city cars? You're staying at home, right? Right? There's more ways we could say. See, I'm telling you, don't make me mayor. Oh, y'all gonna never like me. Cars, give me the keys. Give me the keys. Give me the keys, children. Children, give me the keys. Okay. Daddy's taking the car away. Right? Until you do your job, till you study. Go upstairs and study. Anyway, item number 3 on this meeting, special ordinance claiming or confirming the tax rule for Westchester County taxes, including the sewer district tax and refuse disposal district taxes for the calendar year of 2020. Basically, it's levying and assessing the taxes contained therein. The ordinance allows the city of Yonkers to levy taxes in the city, right? And they called it the corporate counsel Matt Gallagher called it a ministerial item. Excuse me, my pronunciation of that, which basically is an active duty prescribed by law, right? They basically, well, we have to do this. Comes up every year, so quickly pass it, move quick. They move quick through that. They don't want to spend too much time talking about raising your taxes, increasing taxes and collecting bills is what they said, right? The city council president said it's a procedure that happens every year and affords them the opportunity to charge taxes and bill throughout the city and believe it should not be delayed. And they won't delay that, that's for sure. Let's get that money. Item number 5, I'm skipping 4 because it was nothing. Item number 5, it was a $300,000 grant to fund a resource coordinator. I don't know where, who, what. That's what they said. Resource coordinator. He's going to coordinate resources. Okay. Item number 6, adopting the approval of a bond sale this month. It must get approval from the council. According to Mr. Gallagher, again, corporate counsel, it's also ministerial. It just needs approval from the council. That's the only reason why we're bringing it before you guys. Don't worry about it. Just approve it. You don't need to know anything about it. Nothing at all. You don't even need to know why we're even bringing it before you. Just say yes. Just say yay, right? Because he actually not him, but another gentleman actually had to explain to them, right, what this process and why they were bringing this before them. So did you not review it? What are the bonds for? I mean, they may have mentioned it before in the prior meeting, but remind us, refresh our memory, or at least you guys should act like you know what it's going on and shouldn't have to have it explained to you, right? Matt wants no delays on this special ordinance. He said any delays can cause problems. Sounded like basically I'm only mentioning it to you guys because we need approval on it, and that's how the process goes, which we wish we didn't have to because it's a waste of our time as well. And I'm sure you can see the guys, the lawyers, and all these other business guys, whatever, they just be like, these guys, just come on, just approve it. Go. We want to get out of here. We want to do some real work. Anyway, the person had to explain to him was a gentleman by the name of John Lizwinski. I don't know. Yeah, he had to explain it to them. I mean, this is the first time they're having to approve bond issuance. I mean, that has been done before, correct? And many of them, except for the city council president, have been there for quite some time now. I don't get it. That just doesn't, I don't have confidence, man. You guys, I need confidence, man. Confidence. If you haven't to have it explained to you, it's not cool, man. You're supposed to know this stuff, right? And then you're supposed to explain it to your constituents, right? But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, it just seems like this is just for show, right? The meetings, these are just for show. They've already had this planned out. I mean, some of them are not even prepared with their scripts. At least prepare. Read your script beforehand. Any professional knows to have your script memorized. Okay, let's be a professional. You got to have your script memorized. We can't keep doing different takes. Remember, this is live, folks, right? You can't go into the editing room for this one, right? So again, it's just for show. They're just going through the motions. And then one other thing they did was they repealed the law passed in 2020, which instituted a 10% limit on food delivery services like Uber Eats and Grubhub. So basically, they allowing them now to raise that 10% limit, that it's going to be higher than 10%. So expect to have to pay more when you order food, when you order delivery, when you order takeout. All right. And you can thank the Yonkers City Council for that. I think there was someone who actually, it might have been Moranti. I think you spoke out about it and said you didn't think it was a good idea. Because, I mean, people still are hurting Yonkers City Council. Not everyone's getting a raise. Not everyone's becoming majority leader or majority whip or whatever else you guys get the stipend for. Not everyone, okay? Some people are only working with one income, if that. So it's not cool, man. It's not cool, man. Why are you going to do that to them? Especially someone who doesn't have a car. They can't afford to buy a car. They're struggling. They got to order out, have it delivered. And now they're going to have to pay more than 10%. You guys are so kind. So kind. By the way, March 22nd has been named Mental Disabilities Month. Congratulations. Thank you, Council. I mean, what would we have done without a month, right? Isn't there already a mental health disabilities or mental health month? How many months? The whole year. It's 12 months. It's 12 months, folks. It's 12 months. And naming months after for this is not helping the situation. Okay, it's like dumping buckets of ice on your head. It's not helping. What is it? Lou Gehrig's disease or whatever it was you guys did that for? It didn't do one thing for it. You just a bunch of people who one day future generations will look back and say, why were these people dumping buckets of ice on their head? I don't know. Very strange. But anyway, so yeah, that's the second meeting. That's what really all that happened. I talked about everything. Again, folks, please, we need to come out and vote. But more so, well, not more so, I should say, but equally as important is we need people to run. Because if there aren't any candidates out there, we're going to see the same thing. We are. And, you know, a lot of people have been discouraged from running for office here in the city of Yonkers. People are scared. People are intimidated. You know, and people just don't want the problems. And listen, I got your back if that means anything. I don't know. I do. I'll have your back. You know, we'll talk about it on my podcast, anything that happens to you. But we need more people. We need those who are genuine, who really want to make some change to run, enter these races. Because like I said in yesterday's podcast, it's like the recyclables. Like they keep recycling the same individuals, and they produce the same results. Now that, once again, is the definition of insanity.
Straight. Come on, give it to us 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 straight.
Let's play Name That Council Member. You better give it to her straight, not crooked. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics, and I'm all the way up out of here because I am tired. It's late, and I needed to do my weekend review because whether I come on late or not, I got to be consistent at least in doing the podcast. Maybe not the time, but in doing it. And once I start getting paid a lot of money to do this, I promise you I will be at 8 o'clock all the time, every time. Anyway, I'm Freddie Vasquez. Enjoy your weekend. I will be on probably tomorrow. I will be doing the conspiracy theory first episode. I started a new channel. And please don't judge me. It's called the Conspiracy Channel, right? And I want to it's not about trying to convince people that these conspiracy theories are real. It's just about discussing the conspiracy theories that are out there, right? And then presenting the information that's there and why people believe it, right? Or why people don't believe it, right? Maybe why you believe it or don't believe it, but it's just about talking about the conspiracies that are out there. Because as we've gone through this pandemic, we've started hearing a lot about conspiracy theories. And I've always been into this stuff since a kid. And one of the biggest ones I really was into was the John F. Kennedy assassination. That was super, 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 super interesting to me. And believe it or not, folks, it's actually been officially declared a conspiracy. Yes, the United States government has actually officially declared that there were more than two actors, I think it's more than two to be a conspiracy, that were involved in the assassination of John F. Kennedy. But another conspiracy that actually is now being validated or proven to be true is the UFO conspiracies. Remember the tinfoil hat? That saying that came from the 1950s when the explosion of UFO sightings and abductions began after the 1947 Roswell, New Mexico crash. Yes, of a UFO that was deemed to be a weather balloon after it was actually said it was a UFO by the government, by the military. But then they said it was a weather balloon. They changed their mind. And after that, a lot of people started to see UFOs and stuff. And so they started to say, things like tinfoil hat, or you put your tinfoil hat on. Well, guess what, folks? All those who made fun of the people who believed in UFOs, you're the ones that were wrong. According to the Pentagon and the U.S. Navy, UFOs are real, and they actually have a new name for them. They're called now UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon. And they've actually released several videos of pilots chasing UFOs. They released a video of a green triangle UFO. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. This is absolutely 1000% real. So the fact that those two conspiracies at one point, John F. Kennedy and the UFOs, have now been, confirmed to be true by our own government and military, suggests that maybe we ought to look at other conspiracies. And, I'm not talking about Sasquatch feet or Bigfoot or other things. There are a lot more interesting, conspiracy theories that actually have some information, some evidence that it can really be like, wow. But again, it's not to convince people to believe it or not. It's just to simply discuss it, because we have been hearing a lot about this conspiracy theories and stuff, and let's kind of weed through it and see, this is crazy, and the QAnon thing, which I don't buy into the QAnon thing. And some people think because they assume I'm a Republican, then they also assume that I'm a QAnon guy. No, neither one. But I think that's very funny. So it's actually a different page. It's a different channel. It's called, the Conspiracy Channel. So I will be doing that tomorrow afternoon. And my first episode will be on the mRNA vaccines and the nanotechnology, the self-assembly nanotechnology that credible, legitimate scientists. I mean, these are legitimate scientists with degrees and work histories and, a record of doing stuff in Spain and Poland as well, have discovered under microscope nanotechnology in the vaccine vials, right, in the liquid. And, they have the whole custody of, a chain of custody, and that meaning that, they can verify where it originated from, so they know that it's not been tampered with. So they verify the chain of custody from, when it was first manufactured, the vial, the vaccine, to when they got it to research and put under microscope. And it's crazy stuff. I mean, listen, if these are credible individuals, way smarter than me, way more educated than me, they have way more degrees than me, they've done other things, right, that people find very credible, and actually, we kind of live by, I guess, or whatever. So why wouldn't this be, credible? But it's very interesting. So we're talking about that, the vaccine and the nanotechnology, self-assembling nanotechnology that's been discovered in the vaccine vials, that under a microscope you can see it kind of moving and stuff. It's very interesting, very strange. And also, what does that mean to people who have been injected with it? And they're also talking, they say that it's something with the towers and 5G towers, and that it will be able to manipulate behavior. But believe it or not, folks, as crazy as that sounds, I have a video that I will show on the podcast tomorrow of Pentagon officials and military as well as intelligence officials watching or sitting in on a presentation of this very same technology where they inject this receiver thing in nanotechnology into a person, and they can manipulate its behavior. And the presentation was about manipulating the behavior of terrorists, right? So that's what, and so the guy who's giving the presentation says, if we know these are terrorists, we can unleash. And actually, they even did it in something you can inhale or inject, and they can unleash it there, and then they inhale it, and then they can control and manipulate their behavior, so they won't kill people and want to be terrorists. Okay, and guess who they've been labeling terrorists recently? Homegrown terrorists, protesters. Folks, if you're interested in that stuff, join me tomorrow. It's called the Conspiracy Channel. I have it out there. I'll be sharing it. So check out for that if you're interested. So I'll be presenting that video along with some other information. We'll talk about it. Again, it's not to convince anyone. It's just simply to go over some of that stuff. I find it very interesting. And, and I'm pretty good at deciphering what's just crazy stuff versus what, hey, it might have something there. It might be something to it, Never know. You never know. You never know. Anyway, I'm Freddie Vasquez. Thank you for joining me. If you join me, and if you're watching at another time, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Please share. As always, I love you guys. I love Yonkers. Peace out. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you tomorrow if you join me on the Conspiracy Channel. Take care. Enjoy, folks.
No!
Come on, give it to us.